Hello, EU.engineer. Welcome to the EU.engineer. My name is Beatriz Gilli. I'm a civil engineer here in Ireland, and I'm the founder of the project EU.engineer. Today, our live will be 100% in English, so sorry. I hope you guys understand me. We have a special guest today. It's my baby boy. He works with me at Paul McGrail, and he's part of the team. So this month, since last month, you guys are meeting all the guys works with me, and he is special because he's with me since the beginning. So we are working together for 4 years almost, and we are not here to talk about me, but I'm gonna read one message of the day first. It's gonna be in English as well, so sorry. Let's see. I got something here on internet because my book is always in English, and today is the 5th of May. So let's go here. The greatest danger in times of turbulence is not the turbulence. It is to act with yesterday logic. Peter Drucker, I think that's his name. So that's really good. When you are in the middle of the turbulence, you need to think different, right? Because if you are in the middle of the turbulence, that means you did something wrong already. So you need to go out of that and try to think in a different way. So it's a good thing to think about it. And let's call him Reece to come here, and then we start to talk. And I'm so glad that I'm going to introduce him to you guys. Come here, Reece, join us.
Hello, B.
Hello.
Thanks for
Hi.
having me.
Welcome to the EU.engineer.
I'm here.
Yeah. Thank you for coming today. I'm really
Of
glad to
course.
have you here
No
because
worries.
you know how much this project is important for me.
hmm
So I'm really happy to share that with you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Reece, normally when I start to talk with someone, I like to do a simple question.
hmm
So I know you. We worked together for a long time, so I know
Yeah,
who are you. But I want you to tell my friends who is Reece. So who are you?
me. Well, my name is Reece Flanagan. I'm 23 years of age, the baby boy of the group.
Yes.
And I've been working in Paul McGrail Consultant Engineers for nearly 4 years now. And previously, before that, I done a 2-year PLC course. That's where I actually met Paul. It was an architectural technology and design course. So I was doing that straight out of school, and then met Paul, and then started working with him. And now I'm in my 4th year of part-time college in TU Dublin, doing
Brief,
structural
brief,
engineering.
brief. Don't need to go that straight. It's just about you, not about all your technical words and everything. No,
All right.
we don't need your CV yet, okay? Because you are hired
CV.
already.
Well, I
Yeah.
didn't bring a CV again today, so
Yeah, we're gonna get this
we'll
part.
get to that
We're
as
gonna get
well.
that. Yes. So let's start from the beginning. So Reece, Irish
Yes.
guy, that was doing like a architectural technologies course. What was about it?
Yeah.
How did you get
Because
there first?
when I was in school in Ireland, you need to get points in your leaving cert to get
Okay.
into a course, and I wanted to do construction management, but it was 325 points, I think, and I got 310, I think it was. So I was just shy of the points. So my counselor in school said, you can do this course, which was the PLC course, the
Oh,
Architectural Technology and Design course. And then with that, I'd be able to advance into TU Dublin and do the construction management. But
okay.
I met Paul, so I didn't need to.
Yeah, I remember about this part as well. So you start the course because you didn't get the level that you're supposed, the grade that you're supposed
Yeah,
to get
I didn't
for
get
the
the
other one.
points.
Yeah. And how this works? Because we don't have this type of things in Brazil, like points to go to college or whatever. Why we need that here is
It
like,
just it depends on, like, so you have higher and ordinary, which is the harder or the easier course in everything in school. So like English, and then they all of them have different marks. So if you're doing higher, you can get a maximum of 100 marks. if you get 100% on the test. But in ordinary, you can only get a maximum of 60 points. And so I didn't get the points that I required for my course. So I had to go through the PLC, which is a post-leaving certificate course.
Get you now. Now I understood. Okay. And then during the time I was doing the course, one of your teachers, right, was a friend of Paul.
Yeah, Kieran Neville, I think was his name, was the tutor in Pierce College.
Yeah, I remember Paul saying that he was searching for someone to start to work with us, and then he asked for your teacher for some names.
Yeah, some recommendations.
Yes, and he gave straight away your name and said, "Oh, this guy will be a good one."
Yeah.
And how was for you? Are you on that moment? Was you looking for something, or you was just finishing the course to get the points and then go to next stage?
Well, to be honest, that week it was weird. That week I was gonna actually just join the army.
I didn't know this part. Really?
I was gonna join the army and then do engineering in there, so I could get my degree in the army.
That's something new. I thought I knew you, but I don't.
No, I thought I told you that, but yeah, it was weird because in that week, and then I got the text message off Paul saying, "My name's Paul, I'm looking to take someone on," and things like that. And then I didn't have any credit on my phone, so I sent him a "please call me." And then thankfully he called me back and I said, "Look, I'm really interested. I'd love to come in for a chat." So we scheduled a chat then the next week.
And how was that? Because all the other guys, I was the one who interviewed them, and was just you and me. We did the interview with Paul.
Yeah,
so how was Paul. That? Like, where Paul asked you to come and meet you? How was everything?
Well, I was obviously nervous because it was like the first proper interview that I've had. Like, I've had jobs before, but they've just been in bars and stuff, so it wasn't anything like this. But when I went to the interview, I was coming up to the business park. And again, I didn't have credit, so I had to get my ma to call Paul to say that I was at the front gate. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Reece's mom. Can you go outside?
Yeah, exactly. So then Paul came out and met me, and I was going, "This is not a good start." So then we walked into the office, into the canteen, and then we sat down, introduced ourselves, and then he said, "So, can I have a look at your CV?" And I said, "I didn't bring a CV." And he goes, "This is an interview. Why didn't you bring a CV or anything?" And I said, I don't know. That was just a little chat. And then he said, "All right, did you bring any work or any drawings or anything?" And I said, "No." I just brought myself. And then he said, "Okay." He took out a pen and paper and just took down a bit of my information. Then it was funny.
Yes, because I don't know. I think Paul was struggling at that time because he hired me and then he hired you. And we are not good examples at all.
No, definitely not. He didn't know what he was getting himself in for.
Yeah, but now I think he is happy about it. I'm sure he is. I hope he is.
I should hope so.
And then, so no CV, no work to show.
No,
you had just a quick conversation with Paul and you left.
Yeah.
How was the
pretty
feeling?
much? Well, no, I said if you give me a chance, I won't let you down. And then he said, "Right, okay, I'll take you on and we test you out, see what it's like." So then I started 2 weeks later. I handed in my notice to where I was working in a hotel, doing cleaning beds and rooms and stuff, and then quit that 2 weeks later and then started working with Paul.
That's nice. So it's not just the Brazilian ones who clean beds and do all the cleaning
No.
stuff. You guys need to do it as well.
Yeah, that's how we start out.
Yes. And when you got there the first day, I don't remember seeing you when you was there doing the interview. Am I around on that day? No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you were, but like I just walked straight into the kitchen, so you were too busy hard working.
No, and actually my English, like, don't talk with me, don't talk with me.
Yeah.
And how was for you on the first day when you got there to really start working and you saw that was just you and me?
Oh, well, I started looking at the drawings and I was thinking, nah, this is not for me. I haven't a clue what that is, because it was a drainage drawing. So just had a load of numbers and pipes everywhere, and I was going, I don't even know what this is. I couldn't read it at all. And then Paul was like, don't worry, you're not going to start there. So I just spent 2 days, I think it was, watching CAD videos and practicing that. And then from there, then he put me onto the easy things and hatch and stuff. But it was a lot to take in the first week.
Yes. And all of us, we start from the hatches and we start exploding everything, like Thales,
Yeah.
who loves to explode the hatches. Yeah, all of
Exactly.
us start like that. I'm trying to remember, but I can't remember the first days because I was so nervous. Everything was new for me as well. Because
Yeah.
I think I started on April and you start on June, right?
It was late in May. It could have even been early June, I think, because it was late
Yeah.
in May that I had the interview. So yeah, I think it was June when I actually started.
Yeah, because it was just after your birthday. No,
No, my
we are
birthday's July.
July.
It was
Yeah,
just
we are
before.
July.
Because
Yeah.
what happened is I started working, then 2 weeks later I went on holidays for 2 weeks.
So you didn't show up with a CV.
No,
You didn't show any work. You
no.
start working 2 weeks later.
Hmm.
Then you work for just 2 weeks, and you got another 2 weeks of holidays.
Yeah,
Perfect, boss, right?
I'm telling you.
2 weeks later, you got how was for you to tell Paul that you need to go on holidays in 2 weeks?
No, he said it in the interview. Once he said that he'd take me on for it like trial, he said, "Have you any holidays planned?"
Oh, he
And I
asked
was
you.
nearly going to say no and then just not go on holidays, but I just said I'll say it, and then he was nice enough to let me go.
Perfect boss ever. We do have the perfect boss. That's so true. And when you start was around May, June, then suddenly we got another Brazilian around, Leo,
Oh
right?
yeah,
And then you start working with two Brazilians around. How was the feeling not be around Irish people?
uh, it didn't bother me, to be honest, because I
No?
like learning little phrases, like you know that now. But I do love other languages, even though I'm not good at them. I'm terrible. I can't pick them up, but I do like learning
But
and
you are
helping
the
other.
one
I
who
do
we
like
are.
helping as well. I like
Yes.
helping use with your English.
I was planning to say that you are the one who are teaching us all the time,
Yeah.
not just about the English, but about the technical words and everything, because we are
I do
terrible to
try.
pronunciate everything. Yeah, that's good. That's good. When you start working with us, you said you didn't have any clue about the job and everything, and now we are 4 years working together. Uh, is that something that was like a big challenge for you during this time, like something technical that you never saw before, and then you need to learn to be there? Did you get something that you remember that was a big challenge for you?
Well, like I never ever thought that I'd get into this type of engineering. So jumping straight into like civil engineering, drainage and stuff, it was mind blowing. I hadn't a clue. I was pretty much just a CAD monkey at the start for ages. Like I still am now, but but at the start I was literally just, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just
Copying and
told to
pasting.
draw this. I was told to draw this, and then I was trying to figure out what I was doing, and I just couldn't. But I think I've got a bit of a grasp now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. What do you think is better now, like to design the drainage or to go to the structural as you are following this
Nah,
direction?
I take structural.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able to read a drainage drawing now.
really?
I know, I'm only joking. Of course I could, but I don't like civil, not as much as structural. I prefer seeing how the building is held up and all the calculations that are involved and all the rebar and all. I enjoy, like a nerd. I enjoy looking at that.
And it's fascinating when I need to ask you something about the structural because I have no clue about a structure at all. So
Mm,
most of the times I'm calling you and Priya about it, and it's so fascinating because you are like, okay, no, just give me a minute, and then you start to search, and you just came with the answer straight away. So that's good to see, because as our baby boy, I can see that you're growing
yeah.
on the engineering area, and it's so nice, and I'm really happy. I'm nervous, so if it doesn't make any sense what I'm talking about, just keep following
I'll ask
the.
you no, I'll ask
Yeah,
you to rephrase it or something.
yeah, exactly. And I lost my attention. Let's keep going. So then
Yes.
we got Leo,
Yeah.
and then we started working with Leo. Then pre came and started working with us. So then we got another, like Tachi, I think.
Yeah.
But
I think
later on
Tachi
was
came. Did she?
Renato, and suddenly you just had a lot of Brazilians working with
Yeah.
you,
Just surrounded by them
just
for 8 hours a
around.
day.
Yes, and for you to see that, because
Mhm.
like we are in your country, right? So,
Yeah.
and we had one friend of you in the office as well, trying to learn about things and
Yeah.
everything.
Doing work experience.
Yeah, exactly. And for you, how it is that, like, to see how many Brazilians are around nowadays,
Mm.
and we know we need to learn about a lot of things, especially the technical words, but
Yeah.
what do you feel about it? Like, what do you feel when you start to see all of these Brazilians coming to the office and working with you and Paul and us? Uh, just share your experience, like how it is for you to live, to work with all of us.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it's great that Brazilians are getting into the more technical fields rather than just like in the boring jobs that you had to start out with. Because obviously you could just start out as a cleaner or something and just stick with that forever. But it's good to see you are using your degrees and like putting it to use over here. No, I
Yeah.
think it's good. It is good to see.
How it is the atmosphere in the office.
It's always 100%. Never a
Yeah,
dull day. It's always
always
a good
doing a lot
time.
of jokes.
God, always laughter. Laugh
Yeah,
and learn.
laugh and learn. That's our main,
Our quote of the office.
the quote of the office. Exactly, that's the quote of the office. Do you remember the time when I was waiting for my work permit?
Yes.
Do you remember how I was freaking out that moment?
You were stressed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought you could be in the same path as us? Like, have you ever thought to go abroad in another country and try to get a job and start something new? Uh, do you have this in your mind, or you did in one moment in your life too?
Yeah. No, when I was in school, that was my plan to get a degree and just travel with that degree and see where it takes me, see which country's the best and settle down maybe. But now I don't see myself going anywhere at the minute because I'm with you guys. So it's a good
Paul,
place to be.
Paul will love this answer.
If you're watching, Paul, that was for you.
No, because like I remember I was sharing everything with you guys, and then I was
Hmm.
almost having a heart attack every day
Hmm.
because I never got the answers. And it's I don't know if it's easier for you to understand the feeling when you are not on the same position. Like Leo and Pri, they
Yeah.
were in the same position for a moment, so they know that. But I tried to share this with some friends that are Irish, and it's hard to explain how to explain. Like, we need that to be here, and no
Hmm.
matter what happens, even if Paul was applying for everything and he was trying to help, until I get the yes, the confirmation from the government, I was
Yeah.
always afraid to be deported. So it was really hard.
Yeah. Like we can try and understand, but we just wouldn't be able to feel it unless
Yeah,
we were in that situation as well.
yeah. I know there are a lot of Irish people who goes to Australia and United States, right?
Yeah. Like I have a cousin over in Canada working now the past 3 years. She's over there. She had the same struggle as well, trying to get the
Uh,
visas and stuff. So she was stressed out, but she
I
got it
was
all
going to discuss
sorted.
that. Do you need a visa as well in that country,
Yeah, she needed a visa.
in Canada? Okay, good to know. And which countries you don't need visa, like you can go straight?
Any of the EU countries, as far as I know. But
So
if you're working, you might need something. But I haven't even looked into it.
no,
No,
not planning at all. I'm just trying to get you on here.
no, you're trying to trick me out.
It's
So ball
just
baits me in the morning.
Yeah, it's just some way to make sure you're not planning to go away.
I'm going nowhere. You're stuck with me.
That's good. That's good to hear. And nowadays you were talking about you did the architecture one, then you start your level 7. The level 7 was for the civil engineers. No.
So no, the course I'm in now is the level 7 higher certificate, and so it's part time. But because it's part time, it's split over 5 years. So I got my level 6 after the third year. I think it was the diploma in the level 6, and now the last 2 years is when it splits up. So you're doing just basic civil and structural in the first 3 years, and then after it like splits, and you have the civil and structural route. Yeah. So I've gone down the structural route.
So the last 3 years during the time we were working, you was doing the civil and the structural together.
Yeah, it's just a mix of both.
And then you finished last year, right?
That was last year. Now I'm in my 4th year now.
For the
Nearly
structural.
finished. Have exams, one next week and then 2 the week after. So my head will be put down until they're over.
Yes. No, but now you're doing great on college, right? Your grades are amazing.
Yeah. They're not too bad
Yeah.
considering
And
hard
why
work.
did you pick structural and not civil?
I just found it more interesting.
Yeah.
Like I was terrible in school at maths, but once I was able to put maths to use and say, oh, this is actually why you're using this equation, like it's to find, it has a reason, then it was more interesting and I was able to actually understand it. But in school, the teachers just say you need to learn this. You don't know why, so you weren't really paying attention or you weren't bothered. But I've just liked the math end because I don't really like the civil end where you have to go looking for documents and read up on this and that and the other. But I think I prefer the structural.
Yeah, the structure, you just need to do the maths and make sure you have the right number at the end, right? Or
You hope.
yeah, to avoid to collapse any building or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. And tell me a little bit about what do you do in the office nowadays? What is exactly your position?
Yeah. So my role, like at this moment, yeah. So like today, I'm in City West, and I'm basically just observing everything and doing site checks to make sure that the site's running as per our drawings in the structural end, mainly on the apartment blocks because there's 7 apartment blocks going up at the minute. So just running around the 7 apartment blocks, checking everything, and any issues, the lads will come to me, and if I know the answer, I'll just confirm it with Paul and then give them the answer. But like it's hard work and there's always issues every day. It's tiring.
How was to deal with the guys on the site? Is that easy?
It's
Just
come here.
walk around and
You're
take
not
photos.
liked. You're not you're not the most liked fella on site when you go on with the iPad because they start looking at you funny. But I think I've sweet talked them a bit, so they kind of like me a bit more now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not too much, but at the start they wouldn't even have a bar of me. They weren't happy to see me because I'd always have some issues like that needs to change or can we move this, and but now they don't really too much mind. They say hello to me in the morning, so that's
That's
that's a
important.
start.
Yeah, of course. So
Mm-hmm.
will be a good point when you start to getting coffee. If they bring you coffee, that means they love you.
Yeah.
So next step will be that.
I haven't got my coffee off them yet, so
No,
I'm
I'll go
still
there to
waiting.
talk with them to treat you better.
Yeah.
When you start at the site, wasn't in City West. You start doing a few inspections before that, don't you?
Yeah, just a few. Like I've been to Kilcock. I was doing I did a water main inspection there, so it was like an as built, just checking around that. Like on the drawing, it would say hydrant, so just check that the hydrant was there, or the sluice valve, so just checking the number of them and everything. So that's all that I was doing at the start, and then from there I've done foundations, check the foundations of floor slabs in. Geez, where was this? I've checked a few. Kilcock was one, and then Trim, I think I did another. Was it
Balbriggan?
Trim? Balbriggan, I
Have you been there?
don't think so. I went up there with Hanato, I think, but we just walked the site around the perimeter, but we didn't do any checks.
And what do you prefer?
In the office or on the site?
Yeah.
I think on the site.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, just being in the office and being able to chill out and not listen to them it's so much better. But no, I like being on the site and being able to meet people and work out the problems on the spot. But it's a lot of pressure on you.
And do you think it's a good experience when you have, like, you had almost 3 years doing all the projects, right? Doing the drawings and everything. Do you think it's a good experience for everybody to be on the site and see the things come true, like just not on the paper?
Yeah, no, 100%. Especially if you're drawing it. So, like, I went from the office doing up the RC detailing, and then now I'm on site checking it. So, like, I know each part inside out, like, so I know exactly what I'm looking for. But if I was just on site and I was given a set of drawings and I said, like, this is what you have to check, then I think it'd be a lot harder. But it's 100% better. You get a clearer vision as well when you have to draw it, because drawing's one thing because it's in 2D, but going on site and seeing the things you're drawing being built, you go, oh right, now I know why that doesn't work, and that line means everything. You can't just draw lines here or there because they build things the way everything's drawn. So
I was planning to ask that now. Like, do you think your perspective about how you're gonna draw nowadays is changing because you can see how everything works on the site?
Yeah, it has. Like, you pay much more attention, and before just clicking enter, you kind of stop for a second and go, does that make sense? And then you proceed. But it has definitely changed the way that I've looked at drawing. Now, I still make mistakes every day, but
it's part of life. Yeah.
But no, it has changed my perspective.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm gonna ask everybody to go to the sites nowadays and do a quick month inspection.
Yeah. Geez, they'll all come back bald and grey haired because it's stressful.
Yeah, that's true. I'm getting my gray hairs as well. So how long are you on the sites nowadays? More than
most
months?
of this year, nearly. Like, even a bit before, even in December, I was on the site a good bit, and then like half of January, I think all of February, and then March and April. Like, pretty much the whole time I've been on site, and then back to the office in, like, on the compound, and then doing drawings from there as well. So I haven't just been on the site 24/7. I have been working in the office drawing up as well, though.
Yes, you're doing both at the same time.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. Another thing that I want to ask you is the site with this, when you are on the site with this amazing weather that we have here, what do you think is the biggest, I don't know, not a challenge, but what is the worst part to do when you are working and we have this amazing Irish weather around? Is something that you never thought about it before, like that could delay the construction or that will affect your production day by day? Did you notice something now because you are on the sites?
Well, like, I don't know. There's a few things. Like, me personally, because I'm inspecting things, so the iPad gets wet, so you can't take that out. So you're trying to just look at it real quick. That's little thing. Walking on the rebar, it gets very slippery. So, and you're wearing the big wellies because you don't want your feet to get wet. So then you're slipping everywhere. Then, like, that's just me. But then if you're talking in terms of the construction, like, when it's too windy, which has been a lot of the times, they call down the cranes. So then you've 20 lads that need steel, and then they're just lifting one bar at a time. so it slows down the production 100%. Like it really does affect the Irish weather, and then everyone's drenched, the moods are down. It doesn't help them when they're all drenched and you ask them to make a change just to something, because it doesn't take much for them to boil over then.
Yeah. And have you ever thought about it before when you was just working in the office?
No. So I was in the office with my shoes off, nice and cozy with the heater on, looking out at the rain. I never
Just
thought of
enjoy
it.
the view.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
now I appreciate it when I'm in the office and it's raining.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for you nowadays, what is the, like, if you could recommend someone or share something about how to get prepared to start like as a building inspector on sites and things like that, what are you gonna say for someone who are interested to do something like that?
Uh, jump in the deep end, because that's what I done. I don't think you'd get like a much bigger project than what we have going on now with the 7 apartment blocks. There's a load of houses as well where we had to check floor slabs and foundations and everything. So like I went from basically, I think I done 5 inspections before, and then just jumped in, and just you learn quick. You have no other choice but to learn. So as long as if you've done the drawings and you know the information, then the rest is, it's common knowledge. Like you know what to be looking out for it, and then you pick up things on the way as well.
True, that's
Yeah.
true. Do you think when you jumping and you're learning, especially like if it's someone who is from abroad like us,
Yeah.
um, do you think the guys on the side, because you said at the beginning they wasn't even looking at you and they wasn't happy, they wasn't talking with you, do you
Yeah.
think they have any problems with that, people from abroad, or do you think they are the same way with everybody?
Uh, Once you have an iPad, it doesn't matter where you're from. They just don't like you. But nah, I don't think it matters, because the amount of different people from different countries on the site, like there's so many, so nobody can really judge anyone on the site. Well, I don't think so anyway.
Yeah. Do you feel it's hard to deal with all these people from different countries, different cultures, and different
No, not
accents,
really.
by the way? How it is for you, the accent?
Which,
All
your
them.
accent? Oh, or
Yes.
everyone's?
Yes. No, their
See,
accent, because on the site you have people from everywhere. So we have
yeah.
all the type of accents. How it is for you to understand? Was like easy since the beginning because you are English speaker, or you had trouble as well?
Well, I've had, what, 4 years training with yous, I guess. So honestly, I'm not joking. You know you have to speak slower, because then they understand you better, and you understand what they're trying to say, and they might put words back to front and stuff, so you understand. So I actually do think working with yous have helped me to understand like foreign people better.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to help.
Anytime, anytime.
Yeah, anytime. And it's something like when you did your college and everything, did you had access for all the technical words, euro codes and everything, or you when you start to working was the really moment when you start to get all this information? And I'm gonna explain why I'm asking that.
Yeah.
Most of the people who ask me, oh, I want to get prepared to start a job, and so tell me which euro codes I need to read, which standard books do I need to know, what type of code of practice I need to know by heart.
Yeah.
Is that something that you learned during the time you was doing your college, or it's more something that we start to get familiar when we are working?
Well, in my architecture course, like it was basic knowledge, so they didn't even talk about any standards really. There wasn't much to it. It was more because it was architecture, technology, and design. Like it was just drawn up on CAD and stuff. But then I started working with Paul. So I was working before I was in college with Paul, because I started working with him in, well, May or June. So college didn't start then till September. So I think I was picking up the words before I actually got to college. So I went into college hearing the words going, oh, I've heard that one before. I kind of know what the Eurocode 2 is, but so I don't know, to be honest, what like would it be
But it's
easier?
not something that we need to be worried. I mean, like as
No, I don't think so, because if it comes up in a conversation and you don't know it, you just go and read it, and then you'll figure out. But you might read a document and it never comes up, and like it was a waste, and it might be 200 pages. So I don't know. I think you'll get your knowledge from college, and then when you get on site, you'll learn different things, and sure, on site as well, they don't call anything by the real name. There's all different names for everything. So
I know.
yeah.
And especially when I'm around and I'm with my amazing pronunciation, I'm always saying girlies and not ghoulies or things like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they like to laugh about me and these
Oh,
mistakes.
I say so.
Yeah. Or how was the other one that one I said one day for Paul? Tick box?
I don't know, which was it? Tick box.
I think so. And then Paul said it was another thing, and I was,
You were going, oh no.
yeah,
No, I don't remember that one.
no,
But
yeah,
I remember gullies.
ghoulies,
The
yeah.
ghoulies.
How it is the right way? It's not ghoulies,
No,
ghoulies,
ghoulies is what you were calling it, but it's gullies.
ghoulies, right?
Gullies, yeah.
Ghoulies. Okay, yeah, no, it was ghoulies. I was saying that them.
Yeah.
No. Never say ghoulies. No, ghoulies on the site. Okay,
No.
guys. Oh, tick your box. Ah, Paul is here.
Tick your box.
Tick your
Oh
box.
yeah.
Yes. Hi, boss. Welcome. Tick your box. I remember I said that to him. They're like, oh, I'm gonna tick my box on the spreadsheet,
Yeah,
whatever.
that was it. I'm gonna tick my box.
Yeah, and then he was, don't say that. At least not on the site. It's not a good idea.
No, it was funny.
Yeah. So now, because we know he's around, tell me, what do you think about Paul as a boss?
This is where I put on he's a great boss, and he's so no, Paul is a great boss. He's the hardest worker I think I've ever met. Like every time I go into the office and I think I'm early, he's already there 2 hours before me, and then he'll stay later than me as well. But no, he's a hard worker, but he's always up for a laugh as well. So that's what you want. You don't want someone that's just strict discipline and you can't get along with, but he's the complete opposite.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody here from the project, like all the followers and everything, they can't wait to finally meet him.
Yeah.
So he'll be here next week talking about us. So be afraid.
I'll have to tune in 100%.
Yeah. And all of us, like Leo, Pri, Renato, everybody just said good things about him, but in Portuguese. So you're going to need to learn Portuguese to understand.
Yeah.
But the good thing, I think, like Paul, since the beginning with you and me and everybody, he's always trying to teach us, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
All the time.
And his
I'm not
patience.
good on that.
His patience with us is crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's mad. But no, always wanting to let us learn and taking our classes every week, and because he just wants us to better our knowledge. Like,
oh yeah, that's a good thing to talk about it. He gave us classes every week to teach us something new.
on different
with
topics.
Presentations. Yes.
Yeah. The presentations he put together, and then he'd give them to us, and they'd be on different topics like the build-up of roads and footpaths and cycle tracks and why each of the materials were used and things. But that was just one of them. But they're actually very helpful because then you know, all right, I remember half of it, but you knew where the slide was, so you go back, then you'd be able to just go over the slide again and just keep on putting it into your head.
Yeah. And then just search and you remember about him explaining everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
With all his props.
And what do you expect for us, like the future of the company? What do you think? Because you are since the beginning with me. So you saw everything growing, right?
Yeah.
what do you think will be the next steps? Like what we can do to keep growing?
I don't know, to be honest, because we've just got another lad on there, Fernando.
Fernando. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just growing. There's no stopping us, and the work's there. So I don't know.
Did you get scared
It's up from
any
here.
moment, like when you
Which?
saw all the projects? If you got scared any moment, because when we start was I think 2 or 3 projects, and suddenly
Oh,
it
right.
was 10. In,
Like,
when
did
you
I ever
start to
get like
see that,
overwhelmed?
yes,
No, not really, because Paul handled all the hard work. So, and he always says that we shouldn't stress. So that's why I chill out and let him do the stressing.
you're a liar. We can't chill out.
No, we have obviously worked hard because we're a team, and even when there's loads of jobs and things are due yesterday, we all pull together and help each other out to get the jobs out. So even if it's your project and you're stressed, we'll help you out to get it. But that's why I wouldn't be stressed. So because I know you just have
We
me
can
back,
handle.
like, to help me out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We can handle. Jeez, Reese, Army. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus, Reese, Army. I think he didn't knew about the army.
Oh yeah,
Now
yeah.
he
The
knows.
same week, Paul saved me. I would have been in the Irish Army.
But was that a choice? Like you just woke up in the morning and said, "Okay, I'm gonna join the army."
No, I was kind of thinking, what will I do? And then I actually seen an ad on YouTube, and it was join the Irish Army, and you can get a degree there. And like some of my family have been in the army, so I was like, I may as well just do it. So my life would have been a lot different now, I guess.
I'm glad you didn't, because if you was, you probably would be in a war now.
Yeah, probably over peacekeeping.
Jesus, no, no, it's better you around. Let me see if I forgot about something that I want you to share. We talk about your college. We talk about everything that you learn in the office. We talk about how it is to work with all the Brazilians.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Is there something else that you think would be nice to share, like any curiosity or knowledge or something that you think will
Uh,
bring?
I don't have much knowledge and still learning every day. So I don't know much, but I just think just do it. Like, because when I seen the message from Paul when I was just out of college and it said he wants to take someone on, I said, right, I'm just going to do it. And then he said, come for the interview. I said, right, I'm going. Then when he said, where's your CV? Didn't have one. I was like, all right, this is not going to work. Then he said, I'll take you on. And now here I am. So if you don't try it out, you won't get anywhere. So just try it.
Yeah, just do it, right?
Just
He,
do it.
yeah, he just said something that's nice. Talk about college versus real life. How it is
All
for
right.
you to
Yeah.
deal with this.
See, what I think Paul means is what you learn in college versus what you learn on site. So like
Okay, could be.
the difference is like you're learning something in college and then you're seeing it put to use. And then like to because my friend is doing the same course as me but full time, and he's just finishing this year because it's 5 year course full time. And like I think he's gonna come into the site and he won't have a clue. It'll probably take him the next 3 years of catching up to be on the same like level as I am, I think, because it is overwhelming and you're in school and you have to learn these things, and again you understand what you're doing but you just don't know why you're learning it. But when you're in college and you're taught this, it's different than when you're on site and then you're going, okay, now we need to solve that problem. How do we do it? You use the things you were taught in college. So it's much different. So I think doing part time as well, is a really good idea.
Yeah.
Working and doing part-time.
Because
Definitely.
you can see both together, right? You can see.
Yeah, you're getting the knowledge of the sites while you're getting your degree, and then even if like after your degree you have 5 years like not work experience, you have 5 years experience and your degree, instead of if you've done it full time you've just 5 years of just your degree. So I think it's a major benefit.
Definitely.
Yeah,
And one good thing is because you're having all the experience, not just the theory at college, but you had for a long time the drawings, right? So you did
yeah,
all the projects and everything, but you are having the experience of, as we said before, to see the things come true. So you are
yeah,
able to see all the stages nowadays
yeah.
because
See it
you're
all come
working.
to life. No, it's
Yeah.
great. And as well, another thing, because I started out in a smaller company, I think it's way better than if I was in a big, huge company and I was just a number, like if I wasn't even a name. But like, because I'm in a small company, I was able to do a bit of everything. So I definitely recommend doing part time in a small company because you
Small
just get to
company with a
experience
big heart.
everything.
Small company with a
Sorry?
big heart. Did you hear?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And I love he is giving us ideas. What is your advice for people from Brazil going to college in Ireland to further their education?
To further their education.
Further their education.
Um, well, I think it'd be the same as if it was an Irish person, because like I don't know what college is like over in Brazil. I think it's longer hours, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 5 years as well,
Yeah, but you still
and
Saturdays and all.
in a few places, yes,
Yeah, but
but it's Monday to Friday, 5 hours per day almost.
yeah, but I think that now I might be wrong, but I think that the degrees over here in Ireland are more recognized around the world, and like if you went to different countries with this degree, like you might get in before someone else with a degree from a different country. So I think coming here is a good option, and obviously studying in, because the colleges are good here. Like I'm in TU Dublin, but I know the other colleges are good as well because I have a few friends in them.
And what type of, let's say, if I decide to go to college nowadays, do you think my English will be good enough? Because that's something that we are always worried about.
Yeah, you're worried. Um, Again, I don't think it'd be that much of an option, that much of a worry, because like people are helpful, and again, everyone, like there's no class where it's just 100% Irish. You have a mix of every different culture and all. So like not many people can speak English 100%. So if you didn't understand something, your neighbor will help you out. That's
That's
what I
good.
think, anyways.
And it's good to know there are people there already who doesn't have like a perfect English and they are able to
Yeah,
follow the
yeah,
course.
they're already doing it, so if they can do it, why can't you? Like,
Yeah, that's really good. And he said you was begging at the door for the job.
he's not
Your
wrong.
mom, your mom.
Yeah, my ma rang him. Will you please give me son a job?
That's good. And you got a job. You got a amazing boss and another family because we are
That's it.
family then.
And a
Yeah,
second ma.
and that's me.
Yeah,
If it's not clear enough, that was
yeah,
me.
because
Yeah,
I'm the baby boy.
my baby boy. You started with us with 19 years old.
Yeah,
You are the baby boy. There is
I
no
know.
other way to say. Coming across very confident on the video. I'm impressed. Is that
Oh,
for me or for
well,
you?
thank you. Had to
Yeah.
put on a brave face. He doesn't know underneath me legs are like this. They're jelly.
I want to see how he will be next week.
Yeah, you have a lot to live up to now.
Yeah. Paul, do you recommend any other questions, any other tips? Please text us, because I think we get everything sorted, everything covered actually. If you're gonna give advice about something that someone can start to read to learn about what you do, what are you gonna recommend?
Like just a broad overview.
Yeah.
I think like most of the colleges have overviews of what each course entails and each module. So it gives like a good in-depth of each module from each of the years as well. So I didn't notice either. So I just said, right, I'm doing engineering. I need to do an engineering course. And then I found this one. But once I started looking into it, then you can go through each module from each year and it shows you exactly what you're going to study. And then from there, before you even started college, you'd be able to read books up on water engineering or soil mechanics. And like, so it is helpful to just go to TU Dublin, type in whatever course you want, and then look at the modules.
Check.
Yeah, because it is helpful, and it gives the overview, and not just that, it shows you where you can go from there, what jobs you can get, and all. So, definitely go onto the university's websites.
On these websites, do we have access to the library, or just if we are from
No, just if you're a student.
Okay. Sad. That's good. I think we are fine. Paul love it. Thanks, B. The first video I've watched. Loving it. Well done. Thank you.
You need more in English.
Yes, I know. I'm planning to do it more in English.
Yeah.
Where is that? Here. How did you find the humor between Brazil and Ireland?
I think we're very alike. Yeah, like you're a great laugh. Like deadly.
I don't know how it is with the other Irish people, but
yeah,
we are quite similar, all of us.
Yeah, definitely. Did he put in another chat?
Yeah, he's talking with us. No, Reece, we need to learn Portuguese.
I know that, and we have been trying the past 4 years. We haven't gone very far.
Both of you fail on that.
I know. All you've taught me is how to pick up a girl and say hello. That's really it.
There are other places than dices. Oh, Thales is here. Really like working with you guys.
You too, Thales. Me and Thales love-hate relationship.
Love-hate?
Love-hate.
Yeah. Renata's here. I can confirm that Reece was very welcome and a good friend. Thank you, Paul.
100% pal.
Pal. Yeah, pal.
Pal.
That's a terrible word.
It's a hard word, isn't it?
Yes. There are other places than dices. Paul, I know you want to go to dices. I'm gonna take you with
I need to go as well.
Yeah. Next time, next happy hour will be at dices. We go all together.
Yeah. Sounds like a deal.
Yeah. Thales has started to give out to me, so I'm proud of him.
That's it. Once you learn to stand up against the boss.
We never do that. We never do that. Don't worry. That's not true at all. Oh, see, Fernando's here as well. Is everybody around now? Pretty nice, Reece. It's a pleasure to join all the team.
You too, Fernando. Even though I only seen you for about 2 hours.
Yesterday?
Seems like a nice fella. Yeah.
Oh, but you know what? I did the interview with Fernando this.
Yeah.
Because I invited him to be one of my guests here.
Yeah, like guest speaker.
Yes. And then we talk. And then at the end I said, okay, I need you working with me, please. So I need you in my office because you have all the knowledge that I need. So please join us. It was something like that. I think we are good. I think we had everything all covered again. I said that 3 times and we're still talking. So we can keep talking.
Unless more questions come in. But
do you remember any other nice history or something that was that since we are working and it was something funny or
well, there's loads of funny things now, but
so tell me something.
You're putting me on the spot.
Yes, of course. That is where you're supposed to be. It's not me. You.
Geez, something funny or interesting or anything.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or one funny thing about each one of us.
Come on, that's hard.
No.
Because these are all funny in your own ways. Because you're just crazy, and you know that. And come here, and Leo's like me big brother, always killing each other. And then Talis as well. Told you, me and Talis love-hate relationship. Always giving out to me, but he's always helping me out. Always. Renato been me pal for nearly 4 years as well. 3, 2?
3. Yeah. We'll be 3, I think.
3 in thing. And then like we've met up outside of work, we've had barbecues, gone fishing and stuff. So
we have a nice history about it, by the way, right? You guys at the pub, and then someone was recording.
That's a funny story.
Yeah.
I'll tell that one.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was a Friday, and we had already worked our hours, Paul, and we said, "Oh, we'll go out for some food and a pint," because we were finished work. It was it was lovely out. So we were sitting down outside Brady's, and they were doing a news interview with the owner of Brady's, because it was during the pandemic, or it was just after, I think. But we were sitting outside anyway.
Was in one of the moments when they reopened everything, but
it was one or the other. And me and Renato were sitting in the background of the shop, and I said to him, I goes, "We're in the back of that." And I was like, I bet you anything now, Paul's going to be watching the news from his house. And then I get a phone call, and I look at the phone, and I was like, it's Paul. And I goes, I'm going to answer. Because imagine I hung up, and then he's looking. So I answered, and he goes, "Where are you?" And I goes, "Are you watching the news?" And he just goes, "Yeah." Oh, it was so funny. And then he sent the picture of us on his telly from his house watching the news, and we were in the background.
Yes. That was good. And I don't know how Paul does that, but one day I did like just a small it's not an interview, but I was talking with one guy on the radio as well. Of these radio programs when you just be part of that. Like, I don't remember
where you just call in or something.
Yeah, and then he was listening to that as well. But I was like, what I do all day. So I was driving from one side to another side, and then I was listening to, I think it was Spin.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, I'm gonna call them. I want to be part of that. It was a joke, whatever. And then I just called in, and it was record, so I wasn't on live stream.
Right.
And
okay.
suddenly I just got a message from him. Are you not supposed to be working? What are you doing at the radio?
That's gas. He always catches you.
One thing that everybody needs to learn, if you want to work with Paul, never ever lie. Because he will find out, so don't do it.
No point.
No, it's not necessary at all. Yeah, he just said here. Yeah, right. Yeah, you were cut as well.
She's trying to cover it up.
Yes.
We were all caught red-handed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'd give Renato lines or quotes, like Irish ones, and then he'd write them down on a little notepad. So then every time when he was talking, he'd look at his notepad and say one of his quotes. And he was saying that he lost them, so we need to re-up.
Yeah, do a new one. So okay, you told something nice about Renato. Pri,
me amor.
Me amor.
Yeah. Pri's just lovely, and she's so smart. She's so smart. But I love Pri as well.
Anything?
Don't know what more to say.
No, you're afraid about her, don't you?
Definitely not afraid.
Tell me something that like was
You hear my
not.
brother screaming? I said my brother screaming next door on the PlayStation.
Oh, really? Why? He probably lose the game.
Yeah, FIFA or something.
Oh, yeah, she is around.
You are lovely.
Yeah. What was like? What do you think about Pri? Because since we are working together, so
Yeah.
she was the one who had the baby, and she was far away, and then she come back, and she needs to recover all the time. She was far. Just say something about her.
Well, she has evolved loads. Like, look what she's doing now. Like,
Yeah.
she's handling so much of the sites, and it's just crazy. And City West has been just mental, and she's taking it real well. So, fair play. She's doing well. And after all that time off as well with Rico, I would have thought it would have been a lot harder to come back to the office, but she settled right back in to her new role as a mummy.
Yeah. She's strong, really
Yeah.
strong. Reese, we are all afraid. Afraid of what?
We're all afraid of Pri. That's what you're saying.
Ah, yeah, true. What else is saying here? Working with your feet in the water.
Oh,
What is that?
he's thrown me under the bus. So I was at last year when we had the heat wave. I was on the beach for the whole day, and I came into work then on the Monday, and my feet were scalded. I think I had like 2nd-degree burns on my feet, and I had to wear extra large shoes. Oh, he has so many stories. Okay.
Yeah, he's throwing everything here.
So then this one, my feet were burnt, and I came into work, and I couldn't work because they were so burnt. And Paul got me a big, huge bucket, filled it up with cold water, and put ice in it. And then it was just under my desk, so I was on the computer working while my feet were out under the table in the bucket of ice.
Oh my
And it
god,
was like that for
where was
about.
I never saw that.
Oh, it was extremely. They were pink. Like my feet were so bad. Yeah. So since then, I've been putting sun cream on every time I'm in hot sun or anything. And
Lesson
then,
learned.
and then what he was saying there about texting
The
me to say I
Monday.
won't be in. Sorry.
He was saying the texting on the Monday.
Yeah. So text me say I won't be back on Monday. I was over in Tenerife, and we were meant to come home on. No, was it the Monday? I think it was. I don't know. Say the Sunday, I text him saying, "Paul, sorry for texting so late in the day because I think it was like 2 or something. But would you mind if I took tomorrow off?" And then he just said, 100%. And then when I came back, he was talking to me and he said, "Well, I knew you were somewhere deadly doing something fun, so it'd be wrong for me to say no. But I spent then me and my friend we booked the flight for the next day and got an extra hotel for that night, so we stayed the extra day in Tenerife."
Oh my god.
Oh no, it was deadly.
I'm telling, it's the best boss ever.
He's thrown me under the bus here.
Yeah. No, but he handled a lot of things and he handled us as well because sometimes we just show up on Monday and say, "Can I get a holidays on to Brazil next Tuesday?"
On the Friday.
Yeah, exactly. Can I
Yeah,
go to Brazil on Friday? So yeah, he handled a lot of things.
yeah.
Pri said she's gonna cry. Don't need to. We love you. You made us aunt and uncle, so
Yeah.
we love
Uncle to
you.
little Rico.
Yes. Buying flight ticket just on the way. Just one way.
Yeah, because I went to Marbella just there that weekend, just gone. But I only bought my flight home on the Wednesday and I was going on the Friday morning. So Pri thought that I was just going to buy a one-way ticket and never come home. So then she said, "Well, I'll be coming over to get you."
We definitely go all together to collect you. Here. I'm on the way to Nava.
Because she's going to cry.
Okay. Are you guys? Do you have something else to say? Just typing, and then we keep talking. Or I'm gonna send the link to them. They can join us now. We talk all together. I think about the technical. We stopped it a long time ago. Now it's just stories
And that
about.
was just a chat.
Yeah, it's just a chat
Yeah,
between the PMG team.
yeah.
Actually, I was thinking we should do. He's saying that he's sitting there so proud of all of us. Oh.
Well, we wouldn't be here without you. So,
No, it's this one for him, right?
oh yeah, the little heart.
Little heart.
Yes.
We definitely will not be here talking about all these things if it wasn't him. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. And actually, I think the
And
engineer will never exist if it wasn't him as well. So
yeah, and as well for Paul as well. Like he went from working on it by himself, and I think he had one other fella, and then within like 4 years, how much he's grown is just extraordinary. If you ask me, like, and how
yes,
much he's been able to take on work and balance work life and home life and then all of our lives as well because he has to put up with us. But no, I think it's really impressive.
yeah, that's true because he needs to deal with everything and us,
Yeah,
us,
that's it.
and all the Brazilians drama as well. Because
Ah, Jesus.
yeah, watching all of you grow is amazing. Seeing the moment of Brazil. Oh, yes. Paul always say that I'm bringing all the Brazilians around. So Reece talking about you now. Reece is a great professional. I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to see Reece growing professionally. I'm very proud of you. Oh, but he's
Ah,
my baby boy.
thank you
He's your
very much,
brother. Yes, it's your brother. So you guys are growing together. Yeah. Reece, I'm
Yes,
gonna let you go, Dad. Enjoy
thank
your
you, because I
evening.
need to study actually.
See. Let's stop talking, Paul, Reece, pretty everybody. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing
No,
your.
thank you for having me on.
It's really nice. Thank you for being part of that.
I'll be watching
And
Paul's next week, and
yes,
hopefully we can set up one with all the PMG team if they're all
the
down
week
to do it.
after.
Yeah, or whenever they want.
Yeah, no,
But
the week after we're gonna do it. So next week will be Paul, the 12th, and then on the 19th, all of us together.
yeah, sounds like a deal.
It is. I know you guys will accept, so that's the deal. I'm not giving options.
Yeah, no options.
We are all in together. And thank you again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for share everything. And always saying good night to everyone.
Good
Thank
night.
you,
God bless.
Paul. I really from this.
Every
Yes.
live, every live from Dicey's.
Are we going there now? Is that what he means? Yeah.
Are we live from Dicey's? So do Dicey's have
We
a
are live stream. Yeah. Yeah. There are probably a few ones who are on Dices as well on the
live
weekends with
streaming it?
me, and they are watching us
Yeah.
nowadays. Next week we are going for Dice. Oh my god, he wants to go to Dices next week. No. He wants to do the live stream on Dices. Is that all? Are we
Are
live
we
from
live from
Dices
Dicey's
next week?
next week? Yeah, that's the deal.
Oh, we can do the team one together on Dices.
Yeah.
That would be funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it tomorrow. We talk about it.
Yes.
Thank you again for being
Okay.
here.
Ciao.
I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah, that's it. Because I
Yeah.
seen you yesterday, but before that it was ages. But because we're all busy now on the sites, but I'll
Yeah,
see you when I see you.
that's the only hard part of the job. I'm
Yeah.
never around to see you guys, and when I'm
No.
around, Paul is always asking, what are you doing here?" Like, go away.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing everything.
Of
Thank you
course.
for your time. Thank you for all the things you have been done to help me and all of us.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate that.
No,
And
100%. And appreciate you all took me under your wings and helped me grow as well.
we
So
are,
I wouldn't be
yeah,
here
we are
without you
family.
as well.
We are family. We grow together.
100%.
Love you, baby boy. Take care, okay?
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you, all of you guys who stay here until the end. I hope you enjoy today's live stream. And if you have any questions, don't forget to leave down there on the comments. And if you know anyone who wants to learn a little bit about engineering here in Ireland, tell them to start to follow this channel. That's the word. Tell them to start to follow this channel. And if you have any doubts or if you have anything to share, send us an email on info@euengineer.com.br. Okay? Thank you again for your time. Have a good night. And don't forget about our Brazilian Mastermind and the second anniversary of euengineer on the 15th of May on Capel Street at Seda College. So don't forget about it. It's going to be a huge networking event, and I hope to see you all there. Paul will be there, Reece will be there, all my colleagues from work will be there, and I hope to see you there as well. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.